that note, let's introduce our special guest. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking to her yet. Her name is Linda Blake, and I'm very happy to have her in the room today.
Good morning. Good morning from cold Geelong. So I am now totally blind. I started to lose my sight when I was about 7 years old, and there are two brothers in the family with the same eye condition, and two children that don't have the eye condition. So, so all my life I was vision impaired, and then only about 15, 20 years ago, I lost all my vision, and hence life turns very different when you've got no vision.
Absolutely.
I have been married for nearly 46 years.
Whoa, congratulations.
We have 3 children. We have 3 grandchildren. My family are from the Western District of Victoria. I was doing some speaking gigs for Vision Australia and for Guide Dogs. You know, when David had joined bowls clubs and they were sighted bowls clubs, he'd say, we'll go for tea on a Friday night. And I used to think, oh, no, I can't eat in front of sighted people, because you were always worried that you were going to make a mess. In the end, I thought, oh, look, I don't care anymore. Look, I was there right at the beginning of the NDIS, and the biggest thing that people need to remember, the slogan was, your plan is your plan. And just because I've got rod cone dystrophy and totally blind, and Joe Bloggs might have rod cone dystrophy and totally blind, doesn't mean that their funding supports will be exactly the same as what mine are. You know, and that's what a lot of the blind community forget. A lot of people in the blind community have a chip on their shoulder. Yeah. And it's not just she's got more than me and rah, rah, rah. It's that old thing of woe is me. And I can't be bothered with that. And look, I will pull the blind card when I need to. But there's no sense. I got no time for people who are just whinge and whine and carry on and the same old.
I've got a theory about that, because I'm very mindful that the blind and vision impaired community in Brisbane is, you know, somewhat fractured, and I don't want to sort of
always have been, I think.
Add to that, you know, if anything, I'd like to help repair it. But I think a lot of the reason why you mentioned people have a chip on their shoulder, and I think it's got something to do with, you know, when you're losing something, whether it be your eyesight or whatever it might be, then you're trying to hold on to whatever you have left. I think that it can get even more complicated when there are secondary conditions involved. So, you know, you might not only be vision impaired or blind.
I'll tell you a story about a guide dog. So I had a guide dog, and he was, you know, not doing the right thing. Anyway, the instructor told me, well, Linda, you'll need to bring out the nice Linda. And I said, the nice Linda? He said, bring out the nice Linda. He said, when he doesn't want to do it, just get down to his level and say, oh, come on, mate, me. And I said, you've got to be joking. You've got to be joking. I want a dog that's going to bloody work, not one that I've got to pander to in the middle of the street. Yes. No, I will be back in touch with Peter after the finals and let you know all the news and how it went down my end.
Sounds really good. Looking forward to that.
We almost have so much fun.
I mean, children at 3 years old these days are told, what dress would you like? Oh, I'd like that one. And that might be the $50 dress instead of the cheap Kmart dress. They want that. And too often they're given too many choices and it's. I mean, your choices start when you're 18, as far as I'm concerned. You
Mm.
know, you get to live your life from then, as to do what you like when you like, if you like. But
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, I wouldn't be any good at raising little children today because I'd be in jail.
Been really informed by hearing your life story and the journey that you've undertaken to get to. It sounds like a place now where you're secure and happy, and we all have challenges, every day, as we know. But it sounds like you're very balanced in the way that you approach things, which I think is fantastic and quite inspirational, actually.
I love how involved you are. You're doing so many things. It's like you're at a buffet. Your plate is full.
Oh, it's full, all right. It's full. You've only heard
Yeah.
a bit of it.
Yeah.